So in your modern approach, we'll try to understand what are the top 10 software management principles here. So first principle is you are supposed to work on architecture first approach. You are supposed to work on architecture first approach. So what is this architecture first approach? So before you start developing your project, you are supposed to be clear with how your architecture of your project looks like. So this will clearly help you in understanding what are different components of your project. Second principle is you are supposed to establish iterative life cycle process. So you create an iterative life cycle process. So we know that your life cycle consists of 5 different parts. So providing them in iterative process, this will help you in enhancing or improving the requirements of your project or improving the functionalities of your project, right? So third, this will also help you in overcoming the late risk resolution, and we'll go with early risk resolutions here. Third, you go with transition your design methods to emphasize component based development. So you are going to work with your component based development. So here rather than working on your integrated units or individual units, you are going to start developing based on the components that were taken from your architecture. Fourth, you start working with change management. Change management. So your project that you are going to develop, the architecture which was already developed, it should be in a way that like your modern software principle will make it in a way that it will also support the changes in your software environment. Fifth, you go with freedom through round trip engineering. So we are making use of this round trip engineering in order to move your project from one from one way to another form. You can move it by using this round trip engineering. So this will help you in avoiding the complexity related to the objects control of your project and whatever it is. Sixth, you go with model based notation here. Model based notation. So what is this model based notation going to do is, so this will help you in creating or designing software components which are reusable in future. And seventh, you go with working with object quality and quality. Right. So this will help you in creating a quality project, and the objectives of this particular project can be justified by using your modern approaches. Eighth, you go with demonstration based approach. Demonstration based approach. So here your project will not like modern approach will not focus majorly on your inputs and outputs or your reviews, but instead it will mostly work on what is the result of at each and every phase, whether it is demonstratable or not, right? And ninth, you have intermediate releases. Intermediate releases. So your modern approach will focus majorly on the intermediate releases, how many intermediate releases that you can release, and what are total intermediate releases that are released, and at each and every release what is the outcome of, what is the output of your project, what is the demonstratable result of your project. And last, you go with configurable process. So this should be economically scalable. Economically scalable. So at the end of your project development, you are going to come out with a project which is economically scalable. So this can be done by using creating a process which is configurable in nature. So these are the 10 different software management principles you have related to your modern project development. So in this 9 processes, in this 10 principles, we have 9 best practices to do. So we'll try to understand what are those 9 best practices. First is your formal risk management here. So first one is formal risk management. Formal risk management. So this particular principle is going to confirm you that the risks associated with your project are very minimal or formal in nature. Second is agreement on interfaces. Agreement on interfaces. So what is this helping you is the agreement on two parties related to the different interfaces that are supposed to be developed will help you in satisfying only these interfaces, and no other further requirements were come into picture. So this agreement will give a clear picture on what the user and the stakeholder has agreed upon and whether they were built as per the requirement or not. Third you have is your formal inspections. Formal inspections. So what is this formal inspections? So this will help you in understanding whether your project is behaving accordingly or not. So this formal inspections will also help you whether your project development team has gone wrong at any point, and correcting those errors by using this formal inspections. Fourth you have is metric based schedule. So whenever you are planning your project, rather than planning your project with non-measurable requirements, this practice will help you in measuring your software by using measurable outcomes. So if you plan to work with the metric and its outcome, you can understand whether you are following your schedule or not. So this is your fourth best principle. And fifth is your binary quality. Binary quality. So this will help you in understanding what quality of your project was developed at so and so phase or so and so level. Sixth is your program wide visibility. Program wide visibility. So this is going to help you in this practice will help you in understanding whether all the people associated with your project were accessible to all the components of your project or not. So this will also give you a clear picture on what you have agreed upon and whether you are following that agreement or not. And this will be clear visibility will give you a transparent results or transparent outcomes. Seventh principle you have is your configuration management. So this configuration management, so seventh you have is your configuration management. So this particular configuration management, this works with what are dynamics of your project, modern software approaches, and whether there is any deviation in this particular requirements or dynamics. This configuration management will help you, and in order to work with this configuration management, you have a team. You are supposed to have your own team. Ninth, you have your defect tracking system. Defect tracking system. So this defect tracking system, that is as per your CCPDSR's case study is considered. So this defect tracking system will identify what are defects with your tracking system that was developed, and what is that you are supposed to do in order to overcome these defects. And last principle you have is management accountability. Management accountability. So what is this management accountability doing is, this will help you in understanding what is the budget that is allotted to your project and how you are spending that particular budget. So these are the 9 best practices that were used in your modern approaches related to your case study even. So that is all for this particular lecture. Let us meet in your next lecture. Thank you.